Yes, I do. And I'm on my way. When all the saints get home. I'm tired of separating from the right, You know I want to be grown up. I want to be meet me at some last station. We're gonna sail the Jordan River. We got to swim real fast, so we launch down in Bongo. Jesus will God called this choir to sing. We got to learn how to use the tune of the old King James. I want.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you believe in long-term friendship and loyalty until death do us part, well, you picked the right person to introduce the incredible Dominick Dunne, who you honor tonight. Dominick and I have known each other since the early 1950s. Where else would you find a person so old that she actually knew the young Dominick Dunne when he was the stage manager for the Howdy Doody TV. It has been a great thrill for me to follow Dominick's careers as he has hurtled on from his early, more masterful producing television success with the great Robert Montgomery Theater. I know you're all too young to remember that, but then he went on to his hot days as a young Hollywood VIP and a movie producer, to his loving marriage to his devoted Lenny, his 3 excellent children, and then what he terms his downfall, hitting rock bottom, going away to the woods somewhere and teaching himself how to become a writer. And then we have his magnificent comeback to the top of that craft. There was, in this interval, the incredible tragedy of his lovely daughter's murder, which caused Dominick and his 2 sons to have to regroup from their understandable thirst for vengeance and to try to come down from this awful experience with all of its unjust repercussions. The murderer got off practically scot-free, and the judge in the case was a total nutburger. Nevertheless, Dominick perfected his work ethic, and he turned himself into a protector, an advocate for the underdog, for the forgotten victims of miscarriages of justice, taking a position to always afflict the wicked and save the persecuted. He became like the hound of heaven, pursuing justice. In doing this, Dominick Dunne has made himself a hero, a nemesis to entrenched power, a crime solver, if you will, an advocate for the helpless, and just incidentally, on top of all of that, he became a best-selling author, an unparalleled social observer for Vanity Fair magazine, and a star of his own television show. As you probably know, Dominick has been ill recently, fighting a disease he simply won't give in to. He is uncommonly brave and courageous, always in personal adversity. But I take great pleasure in introducing him tonight so he can add your award to the many others that decorate his exemplary life. And I am thrilled to note, just for the record, that the Dominick Dunne who steps up here tonight has outlived the guilty freedom of 2 of his most implacable foes. Dominick Dunne is a free man tonight, a man adorned with respect and honor. But O.J. Simpson is now in prison on the wrong charge, but prison. Bill Spector will soon be joining. So I think the best man has won again. I give you Dominick Dunne.
Oh my word. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Liz. Thank you for this wonderful evening. Thank you, Mary Lou Leary, who has run the National Center for Victims of Crime for so long and is moving on. And this is really a wonderful evening for me. 27 years ago, my daughter, whom I worshiped, utterly worshiped, was murdered. It was the night before had been my birthday, and she was in Hollywood making a movie, and I was in New York, and she used to call me because she knew that I loved to hear everything that went on the set that day, and everything. And she's going on, and the makeup man said, and I'm going, yeah. And then she ended up, and she said, I love you, Daddy. And you know, those are the last words I ever heard from my daughter. And I just cherish that we had that moment. Because in my work since, you know, when people have lost their their children, and I go and call and talk and thing, they all, so many of them say, if only I told her. If only I told her how much I loved her. And I'm, you know, it's nice to have the fact that every time I ever talk to her, I ended every phone call with, I love you, honey. And but the trial of the man who killed my daughter was one of the most alarming experiences of my life. It, in fact, changed my life. And it changed the life of my two sons as well. One of my sons, Griffin Dunne, is here tonight. And I want to applaud him because I've been sick, and I've been real sick. And he has been so wonderful to me. And I want to say you know, a trial, to go through a trial like that, it affects the whole family. And we went to the trial as a family every day. And what we found out very soon was that the rights of the man on trial for murder exceeded the rights of the victim.